I am the Lonely Necron, and welcome to my basement. So today, I've painted my wraithknight up a little bit more. I'm hoping that'll help it out. I'm going to put it up against the Chaos Knight that I have, and then up against the Knight Castellan that I borrowed from Billy. And hopefully it'll do a lot better than it did in the Gauntlet. I don't know. These are two pieces that I got in a witch room kind of set thing. These were nice and fun to paint, and lots of mini things. So for the first bout against the wraithknight, we have Billy's mechnknight castellan. It's armed with a plasma decimator, a shield breaker missile, two twin meltaguns, two twin siegebreaker cannons, and a volcano lance, along with titanic feet. It's a big monster. So my more painted wraithknight with a heavy wraith cannon, a star cannon, a sun cannon, and a shuriken cannon. But no end bone save, so who knows, maybe he'll live. So after the Knight Castellan hopefully loses, then the Knight Desecrator here will give it his best shot. He has a Laser Destructor, a Reaper Chainsword, and a Heavy Stubber, and an Ion Shield. They're just going to be playing on the 4x4 section of my board back here. No real terrain, because they're big guys, they don't really need it. I go for these two first. I'm going to figure out which one wants to go to which corner, and we'll start the happy fun times. The Knight Castellan has won the roll-up, and it's opted to be in this corner, with the Wraith Knight opposite him. The Knight Desecrator just looking on. We're not going to do any stealing for this game, so movement for this guy. So after doing some measuring and re-remembering some high school geometry about diagonals being longer, I had to actually move this guy to get him into range to shoot. So he moved up his full 10 inches, and yeah. No psychics for either of these guys, but just lots of shooting. So he'll launch up everything he can that's in range, which I think is 3 guns, maybe. It's Plasma Decimator, Twin Siegebreaker Cannon, and Volcano Lance were all in range, but only the Volcano Lance did any damage. Once again, its lack of an invuln has taken a fourth of its health away. Too far to charge, and he only has his feet. So that'll be the end of his turn. So the Wraith Knight, probably should move him. So I just moved him at an angle in such a way that he ended exactly 3 feet away from the Knight Castellan. So he can't use his Shuriken Cannon, but the Sun Cannon, Star Cannon, and Heavy Wraith Cannon, he sure can. This is already starting to feel like the Gauntlet game all over again. He did get a lot of hits in, but he got 0 wounds, so it goes back to the Castellan's turn. So movement, perhaps, maybe? I don't know. Well, seeing as how he's exactly 3 feet away, there's really no need to get any closer. Yeah, the twin meltaguns only have a 12-inch range, but everything's at least 4 or more, so yeah, we'll just stay here and shoot happily. Do the shooting phase. So yeah, he did a couple points of damage with his Plasma Decimator, and then 14 points of damage with the Volcano Lance. Putting this poor guy down to 2 health. I mean, it is his turn, so he can maybe get some sort of last revenge shots in, but he's probably dead. He's gonna go ahead and not move, so we'll do his shooting phase. Well, this guy's luck is kind of terrible. With 2 wounds, that's a 5 to hit, so He only wounded once, and he actually did manage to do 2 damage to the castellan, which took it down to 26. But now it's the castellan's turn. Yeah, he's just gonna hang out there and shoot. We'll do that. This is probably the death of the wraithknight. Alright, so he supercharged his plasma decimator. And even though he did take some mortal wounds for it, he still killed the wraithknight. Alright, so castellan 1-1. Awesome sauce. So I'll reset this up and roll for the Chaos Knight and the Wraith Knight, see which one of them wants to go first. We'll try this again. Surprisingly enough, the Wraith Knight won the roll-off, but decided to once again start in this corner. Castellan watching on. So that puts the Desecrator over in this corner. But it is his turn, the Wraith Knight. We'll start with his movement. Alright, so the Wraith Knight has moved laterally, I guess, at a slight angle to get within exactly 48 inches of this guy. So he's going to shoot his gun at them. Alright, his sun cannon is the only gun he has with a 4-foot range, and he actually managed to do a couple points of damage to the Knight Desecrator. So he's doing a little bit better than he was last game. That does unfortunately make it the Knight Desecrator's turn, so he is definitely going to move. The Knight Desecrator moved forward his 12 inches. So now there's exactly 36 inches between them. So he can shoot his heavy stubber now, as well as the laser destructor. So we're going to do that. So while he did get some hits in with both the stubber and the destructor, he failed to wound. Rolling snake eyes on the destructor wound rolls really kind of sucked. Oh well. That means the Wraith Knight gets to move and shoot again. So the Wraith Knight is just going to continue to move laterally along the backside there, trying to keep some distance between him and the Chaos Knight. Probably isn't going to work too well. Got more guns that are in range to shoot now, so he's putting up a better showing this time. He did 5 damage to the Knight with the heavy Wraith cannon, putting the Knight down to 17 health. It is unfortunately, I guess it's unfortunate for the Wraith Knight. It's the Chaos Knight's turn, so he's definitely going to move forward. They're definitely a lot closer now. Too far to charge for this turn, but we can definitely shoot. So, heavy stubber and laser destructor. So, predictably, the heavy stubber hit with all 3, but failed to wound at all. And then did 2 points of damage with the laser destructor. Definitely the Wraith Knight's turn. Moving. Definitely moving. So the Wraith Knight just moved back 12 inches the way he came, putting more distance between him and the Chaos Knight, and all of his guns are in range now though, so we'll do some shooting. So the Wraith Knight shot with everything and failed to wound with everything. He was doing good, he doesn't seem to be doing as good now. That'll make it the Knight's turn. He's gonna move closer. So the Chaos Knight has gotten really close to the Wraith Knight. Definitely gonna shoot it first and then charge it. So the Knight Desecrator did 5 points of damage to the Wraith Knight with his laser destructor. And now we're gonna charge it. Yeah, so he survived the Overwatch, didn't take any damage, made his charge with a couple inches to spare, hit with everything, wounded on everything, and did 24 points of damage with the Reaper Chainsword. Which would have been enough to kill it at full health, but it was not at full health anyway. The wraithknight did not explode, but it did bow out gracefully. So, in my personal opinion, the Chaos Knight with the Reaper Chainsword, definitely the way to go. So I've been super curious. I've done the castellan against the Desecrator before, but as soon as I bought the wraithknight, I figured as soon as I got it together enough that I could play with it, it would definitely be doing a knight battle. And at some point, I'll probably do all three of these guys against each other in some sort of like one-on-one thing, but that's probably further down the line. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you watching. Yeah, I don't know what number this is, but probably somewhere around 100. I'll probably do a special video, but I'm not even sure if I'm near 75 yet, so I don't know. Either way, yeah, thanks for watching and have a good whatever time of the day it is, wherever you are. I'll see you guys for the next one.